I was looking at you, see the name, obviously MaliciousChina. People are going to make the assumption that you're of Asian descent. You're clearly not of Asian descent.
No.
And then, like, the first thing that people are going to think, because you're coming out of Arizona, she's probably Latina, but you're not from Arizona, right?
Nope.
Because I heard your accent in one of your previous interviews. You said something like y'all, or you said a certain word. You're from the East Coast. You're from the Northeast for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm born and raised out here in LA.
Oh.
Rampart Boulevard.
No friggin' way. I live a few blocks away from where you grew up.
Facts.
You're a Rampart baby.
Yup.
Okay.
Rampart, yeah.
Born and raised, so you're not from the East Coast.
Nah.
But why? But what's up with you pronounce a certain word that sounded so New Yorkish?
I feel like it's like the people that I'm around with. Everybody that I get along with be from like Chicago, New York. So it's like their accent,
It kind of, you absorb it to a degree.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. So you're from LA. So are you Latina?
Yeah, I'm Chicana, yeah.
You're Chicana. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew I liked you for a reason.
Facts.
There it is. So you are Raza.
Yeah.
Born and raised Rampart Boulevard. So are you more like Westlake or Echo Park?
I'm between Chinatown and downtown. I'm like right there.
Okay. I used to live in a building called the Orsini. Are you familiar with this building?
Yeah.
It's on Fig and Sunset.
It sounds familiar.
It's like the most burnt
right there.
building in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's a super trapped out building, but
Yeah.
it's nice.
Decent.
So how, like, you don't have to say exactly how old are you, but are you an 80s baby, 90s baby, 2000s baby?
I'm a 90s baby.
You're a 90s baby. That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Okay. So growing up in the 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
that's a really turned up area you grew up in.
Yeah, it was active.
A lot of gangs and stuff.
Yeah, it still is. MS-13, that's where it all like migrated, all that. Yeah.
So, okay, so the building that I live in, I'm a block away from MacArthur Park where I live. It's a nice building, but obviously you got Zombieland a block away.
Facts.
25 overdoses a day reported.
Yeah.
And then you got a gang of gangs. A gang of gangs. You feel me? MS on this side of the park, 18th Street over here, Crazy Riders over here, Temple Street up there, Burlington over here, Rockwood over. There's a lot of gangs. No disrespect to all the 25 gangs I didn't get a chance to mention. But
Facts.
so what was it like growing up out there? What was your childhood like?
Yeah, we wasn't even allowed to like go outside, but I mean like growing up like with a family that were affiliated with like MS-13, it's like you're bound to be around it a lot. And that's where it like, well, for me, that's where it originated from. And it was just really active. So that's just what I grew up around with, and it just became like normal type shit.
You're very specific about the MS thing. You've said that twice now.
Yeah.
But you're not Salvadorian or Central American.
I'm
You're
not
Chicana.
I'm Chicana, yeah.
Right. But that's typically like a Central American gang right there.
Facts.
But you grew up around a lot of them.
Yeah.
And
So at that time, I mean, people started moving out that were like, all because that whole block itself was just covered with Salvadorians, like super. And then once people started leaving, it kind of like, but it's still, it was just active at that time. So that's all you just seen, graffiti, the tags, like just emphasized, like right there.
Were your parents affiliated with gangs and things like that?
My uncles,
Your
they
uncle.
were part of it.
Okay. Okay. So what was your first memory of, I have family members that are a part of this thing that's somewhat somewhere in between a family and a criminal organization, but it's like it's good but it's bad, and like how old were you when you first became cognizant of that?
I was probably like 7. I was 7, 8, when I started seeing that. And I mean, this is granted, like I know how to count my numbers at that time, so when I just see 1, 3, 13, I'm just like, oh, okay, And my grandma like kept saying like certain things, and I would just like be nosy as a kid. I'm like, oh, okay. So you can just tell like as a kid what's normal and what's not normal. You just get like a weird feeling. So when I seen it, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they're doing. You know? Yeah.
Were you raised in a religious household?
Yeah, so like, I mean, I mainly grew up with my grandma. She's the one that raised me.
Shouts out Abuelita.
Oh, God, shout out her. And it was more so of a Catholic home that we grew up in and stuff. So it was just like.
So Christianity with special effects.
Christianity?
With special effects. That's Catholicism, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's Christianity, but with a little bit of pa, pa, pa.
Yeah,
a little bit of
exactly.
magic. Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm Italian, so
okay.
plus Jewish, so that's a bit of a contradiction, but
Yeah.
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 But okay, so I ask you these questions because there's a demonic tone to a lot of your music, and you have this gothic imagery, and it's funny you brought up MS because that's a hood that's known as devil worshippers. So was that brought across your desk as a child at all?
For me, no, it's just something that I found along the way. So me, I respect everybody that prays to whoever. I got some family members that turn Christian, some are still Catholic, like my grandma. Me, I pray to the Santa Muerte. So.
Oh, that explains so much.
Yeah.
You totally make sense to me, and I'm
Yeah.
shook as fuck. Jesus Christ, I'm my personal Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
But with that being said, no disrespect, you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
okay, so you're into when did that? If you don't mind speaking on it, because that's to me
Yeah.
very interesting. When did that first enter your life?
So for me, I had a homegirl at the time, and she would like pray to her, and I just like would hear just the stories and stuff, and my mom tried to attempt to pray to her, and I just heard just the negative side of things. But I'm like, shit, I want to see what it's about. But for me, when I started praying to her, everything started working in my favor. So I'm like, she's not bad. Like, but I started getting into it. So this was approximately like 3 years ago. So ever since then, I've been like tapped in. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.